1 game in 1 hour. That's what we're gonna do. Next week, it's gonna be 1 game in 45 minutes. But we're not worried about that. We're gonna do what we're gonna do right here. I'm gonna put a clock up on the screen. It will count down from 60, although one day it will not be 60. There's our clock. Let's restart it. We love ourselves, so we'll restart it when we're actually ready. You can use assets from the Dreamverse. You can use things that you've already made before if you really want to. Whatever it is that gets it done for you, that's all that matters. Let us see what you put together at the end, even if it's not finished. I'm gonna challenge myself to make it mostly from scratch. As far as a theme goes, let's see. Insane Alpha Beta says, your thumbnail game is on point. Thumbs up, thank you. Thank you. There's a lot of thumb in that sentence. So maybe thumbs? That's a very weird theme. Maybe thumb. I don't know, man. I'm going with thumbs. Forget it. Maybe it's like sticks, right? Like control sticks. It's thumbs. Thumbs is the theme, believe it or not, for this week. So, start thinking of your ideas, and let's do our 1 game in 1 hour. Let me put it up in the chat. Make sure we get it pinned. Put the clock up. And here we go. Let's dev. All right. So, wow. So we're gonna be doing 15 minutes less for every week starting this month, which means I wanna make sure that I'm ready to have a game in 15 minutes. So, what do we wanna do here? Let's boop, 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 boop. Let's say thumbs. Well, I kind of like the idea of focusing on the sticks, although I'm sure not everybody uses their thumbs for sticks. Wow, what a weird theme. I can't believe I've done this. What if we try to make something that is like opposable like a thumb? Let's get a base element here. Now, remember, I want it to be a game right off the bat. So there's that. Cool, great. There's our thumb base. That's just the hand. So we want some fingers. Let's add in a finger. Maybe a couple fingers. Yeah, what the heck? Let's do 5 fingers. Or we don't have to. Let's do 4 fingers, right? That's the old cartoon thing, right? So these are fingers. We don't care about these fingers. Do we? I don't think so. I think we're just gonna not care about those. So they're 1 sculpt. This is quite, I don't know what I've gotten myself into, but I have to say, I like the challenge. Like, I'm already just like, well, what game? What kind of game? Like a game where you're just a disembodied thumb? That is definitely a game, I think, in dreams. Or at least a short film series. That looks less like a thumb than I want it to. So I'm going to give it, I think some people call it a pollux. P-O-L-L-U-X, pollux. I forgive you, Insane Alpha Beta, even though this is definitely your doing. No, look, I'm the one who chooses the theme, although I like to base it on whatever's going on in chat, so there you go. I forgive you. Okay, so this is our thumb. This is gonna be one of the worst ones. No, what if it's not? What if it's actually one of the best ones? Let it be great. Give it the chance to be great. Okay, so I'm gonna shrink this in a little bit. That's not stretching. Let's go into the actual shape editor. Give it a little bit less of a broad thumbediness. Okay, wow. Here we are, guys. Okay, so there's my wonderful creation. Let's get a connector in here. I suppose that will be good. This is our parent, so we'll click it there, and then I'll click it here on the thumb, and now, boom, thumb, done. Well, maybe not quite. Let's get it a little better aligned in there. Okay, and then we're gonna wanna make sure it's not flopping. I have a feeling I wanted to use a bolt. It's just a feeling. I'm gonna use a bolt. That was a joint. I don't think that's actually what I want. Okay, so that's doing that. Because we can still... Oh no, I guess I did want that. Oh gosh, what a weird idea. What have I done to myself? Now we have to be willing to abandon ideas that don't seem to be going anywhere. So I am all for that if it has to happen. I just want it to make some sense. Now, there are other ways to connect parts together. Some folks have been doing vector math to get body parts to connect, and that's fine. Should we just get a hand? Bro, we're getting a hand. This has been fun. It's time to use a Dreamiverse asset. This is one of those times where it's time to use a Dreamiverse asset. There is a hand that I tend to use. Ted Rainbow is a creator in Dreams who put me onto it. It's got the word fem in it. Fem hand. That's the best I got here. Okay, it doesn't have the word fem in it. So I'm just gonna go to the Survive Escape collection, which is our main project, because I know that the puppets that we use for that tend to have this hand. So I'm gonna hop, oh, don't stamp that in, please. I just want the hand. So we'll come to genealogy, look around. Okay, here's one. This is a Wonder Woman puppet. Here we go. Okay, apparently this is Acert's hand. This is a realistic hand of Acert. It is not the one I thought I was gonna go for, but you know what? Acert is an awesome community member, a dev who uses Dreams to prototype games, takes them outside of Dreams, and puts them out there on app stores and makes money, because Dreams is great for prototyping and iterating. So Acert, this is for you for upholding the tradition of making things in Dreams that we can then take outside of Dreams. I don't believe this is your real hand, but perhaps it is a close enough approximation that we can feel we are truly giving you the honor that you deserve. Let's get it in there. That was a speech nobody needed to hear. Okay, so there's this. Let's get this out of there. I don't know why I would want that. It's horrible. Goodbye. So great, there's a hand. It's horrifying. It makes me a little scared because it's just by itself. So let's put it like there. And no offense, Acert, but I don't think we should make it a white hand, because there's plenty of white hands. Although it's closer to my skin tone than we're about to make it, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be my skin tone. If it did, imagine what all the other skin tones would get. No representation whatsoever. Okay, so let's make it darker. Looks good. I'm going to keep that open. This is not that important to the development, right? We're in the first 15 minutes. I gotta make sure this is a game by the time the 15 minutes are up. And y'all, I am not doing gamely things here. This is ungamely as can be, but here we are. Let's just try selecting these and then make it the same color. Will it? No, it doesn't work. All right. So here's what we'll do. We're going to leave it like that. It's vitiligo hand for now, which is fine. And we'll just finish it later. We want these first 15 minutes to have a game. So we want the thumb to be involved. So let's say maybe you can control the thumb somehow. Here is a microchip. I'm going to get a controller sensor. And that way we can have a stick go in there. I'm guessing the L stick will be a good one. I want a splitter so we can access the values that come out of the L stick. Here we go. This is local, or this is global. We might regret that, to be honest, depending on our camera. Let's make this remote control so we can test it. So if I move around, you can see I'm only holding the L stick in one direction. I'm going to put it forward. So I'm pushing it forward. And if I rotate now with the other stick, you can see it's changing. That's because it's global. It's the direction, forward, back, left and right, whatever, all those axes, that is relative to the camera direction. I don't think we're ultimately going to want that. I don't know for sure though. But so let's just do local and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to have, I guess we're going to want, let's do up, down, left, and right. I'm going to get keyframes for that. So we'll get into the thumb. We'll do an up as we can get it. Oh, goodness. Maybe we'll start down here. That's a little better. So now the thumb is up. We want to keep it up, not so much out. All right, out will be, oops, that's a timeline. Out will be over here. Zoop. All right, let's get another one for in on the other side. Zoop. Inward. And then we'll want one for going down. We might want to, well, I don't think we really can. I was going to say we might want to overcompensate how far we push these, so that way they don't cancel each other out too much, since if keyframes are acting on the same thing, they'll average out how they're applying their force or whatever, but I don't know if we really have much choice there. So with that, we can take, so we have now this XY situation. I'm going to actually split it further, and we'll say, so this is X, so left is the negative, right is the positive. So we'll take the negative, put it into left, we'll take the positive, we'll put it into right. Let's do the same thing over here. Take the Y, and up is negative, down is positive. So we'll put negative into the up and positive into the down. And so now we should be able to control this very nicely. Yeah, awesome. Thumb done. Okay, so in a very unfortunate act of disturbingness, I'm thinking we use the R stick as a way to control the entire hand. This is upsetting for a number of reasons. It's gonna feel weird, it's gonna look weird, it's gonna be weird. I'm gonna get a puppet just like that. This has been my go-to around here. What's up? We got Pierogi Gone in this house. Welcome on in. So I'm going to get in here. I'm going to delete everything except for the group. And let's take our freaky hand movement situation. Oh, we stamped everything in with the hand. Not really what we want. So I'm going to, I guess I will take everything else out. Let's take, okay. All right. You know what? We'll just stamp the puppet in again. That'll make it easier. And I'll make sure I take this out of there. Okay. So now we'll get the puppet. We'll stamp it outside of the group. We're going to get rid of the hips. We're almost at the 15-minute point. It is looking very unlikely that this becomes a game in 15 minutes. But that's okay. As long as it's saved, I'll feel like we accomplished something. All right, so there's that. Horrifyingly enough. Now, the puppet logic already has L-stick wired into walking. Let's change that. Let's put that to our R-stick over here. Finally, I'm going to make sure we go to the puppet settings and establish, oh god, the procedural might be terrifying. Establish what the hip is. Oh my goodness. I guess this is our hip. Oh man, this is gonna be weird. And then this will be our chest. Will that work? Yeah, that's fine. You know what? It's fine. Let's see what it's like. Let's test it out. All right, so we got a camera that we can't see anything through. So I'm going to adjust the camera here, although it's not a great camera to begin with. Let's see, maybe we want to make that's height. We don't want to do height. We want distance. Let's make it super far. Okay. So very unsettlingly, we can move with the R stick, which also moves the camera, which is not good. So I guess I will submit to us having the R stick be what moves the thumb, and then we'll use the L stick to move, like a normal situation would prefer. But hey, it was fun to try it. Okay, so we'll go back to here. We're gonna say L stick goes to walk. Gotta possess it, I guess. There we go. Okay, so we can move barely. Oh god, this is one of the worst games I've ever played. So we're not gonna try to walk around as a giant hand, because that doesn't work good. So never mind. We're gonna be stationary. So let's get a camera, and I'm gonna put it around somewhere. This is gonna be one weird game. But that's kind of the best stuff, right? Like, what better thing? What if it's a mouse? What if you have to, like, move a mouse? I don't know. You don't really need your thumb for that. You do, but you also don't. So, okay. So I'm not even going to have this controller sensor. So now we can move our thumb. I'm going to move it back to the L stick in our last minute of the first 15. Maybe we could put a button underneath. We could make it the tiniest of games. So there's our L stick. Let's say if you move this at all, it opens the door and you win. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm really rushing here for this last 15-minute section. Don't put it in there. Put it in here. That's the right place. So if you move this at all, I'm going to get a calculator. I'm going to say if that rounds up. Round it up, 10 seconds for the first 15 minutes to be over. That opens the door and that exits. Save it! Save it! It's a game! 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 Move the thumb and you win. Then it's a game. Alright, here's our game so far. First 15 minutes. First 15 minutes, here's our game. Bam! Done! We win! It's a game in the first 15 minutes. I am not unhappy with that. What's up, Pepe? Welcome on in. Much love and thanks to folks like Pierogigon and Pepe who support the stream via Patreon. Really appreciate that. Alright, so let's make it more of a game. So I'm not gonna have that be what ends it. I'm glad we got that right off the bat. So we could have the R stick move. Ooh, uh-oh. Look at that. Look at that! Look at that! That's falling all apart, baby. Now, that's probably because I animated it from the tip, which is not usually great. So let's just redo that if we can. Animating it from the tip of a finger, in my experience, with the way hands and stuff tend to be made in dreams, I find that that is not ideal for connectors. Connectors, they just get very unhappy about that. Although to be fair, wait, let me undo that. We might be able to get around it by making these connectors not move much. Oh my gosh. Stop moving, thumb. Let's add some very severe angle limits. Oh dear. Maybe make it super tight? Does that make it worse? Yeah. That makes it worse. That makes it much worse. Okay, cool. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually undo all of this. What a terrible situation. Okay, so let's get another keyframe. I'm gonna try this again. I'm committed to the thumbs thing. I feel like we can do this. So I'm gonna make it go up. Make it go up. It's harder to do here, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Let's pull it up and just point it up as hard as I can. Yeah, that'll have to do. Let's get another keyframe. Let's do it to the left this time. Oh gosh. Really don't get a lot of options there, do we? Well, this is not going great. Sorry, Acert. Acert, great person. Go check him out. Acert, A-E-C-E-R-T, on YouTube. Awesome streamer, creator, and dev. So we're not going to do that at all. Let's find a different hand. I want to find the hand I was looking for, but whatever. Let's see. Hand. Just give me a hand. A non-complicated one. Oh, a painted hand. Now see, there's thinking simple. I love it. Look at that. Simple, straightforward, ready to go. Now we do have to make our own thumb if we want it to move. What if it's about thumbing through pages? What if it's about thumbing through pages? Then we don't have to worry about thumbs at all, right? So I'm gonna get a terrible piece of paper, the least floppy piece of paper I've ever seen. Although it seems like there are some cool ways to animate static sculpts. Pierogigon was telling me about it. Something Lucid Dreams Chaser had shown off about static sculpts that move. I don't know if we have time for that, but it's an option. We could always just make it squashy, and then it would sort of animate anyway. We can just try that. But it has to be movable, really, for that to count. So, anyway, so there's a page. Let's get some more pages. We kind of want them to have unity at the center here, right? That's kind of how pages work. So maybe I'll clone it here, rotate it out. I do kind of want it to be straight up and down, so I'm going to get somewhat on the grid. Okay, there we go. It's like 3 pages. There's 3 pages. How quickly can you go through 3 pages? What will you find on those pages? Does it matter what you find on those pages? I have no idea. Perhaps we can have different things show up on the pages, and you have to thumb through and find a certain thing or something. It won't work if the object you are animating has to move. If it isn't locked in place, it will rubber band all over the place. So it's useful if you want rubber banding, but I see. Good to know. Okay, so there's pages. It's really, really special. Now, how I'm going to move these? Yeah, I'm going to recommend you don't do that. Yep. I'm going to say, let's have it be right here, facing that way. This is going to be the default. Let's get back into our keyframe life. This is like, we totally unengineered this game. Let's get in here and let's start animating it now. So I'm gonna move it. What is the turned page? So if you turn the page, it should come this way, right? So like that way. I guess we would want it to be all the way flat to start with. This is a very weird situation. I like it. But I have never been this confused this late into the jam. Okay. Great. So we'll make sure we're all the way at the edge. And we'll just flip it out like that. All right. So that's our animation. Looks great. So if you're going to flip, let's see. We can make this a puppet now, without things being too chaotic. Now, it is just a painting, so I'm thinking we leave the puppet in here and we just make it not visible. So I'm going to scope in, double-click all the parts, and I'm going to make them not visible. Let's make sure they are actually not visible. Okay, looks good. And then I'm going to take the hand, I'm going to scope it in, just like that. All right, looks good. And so this will be a character that we can control, like right now. Well, first, let's make it auto-possessible or force-possessible. So that way, we're just already playing as the character as soon as it starts. There we go. Okay, so there we are. We're a hand. We move around. Everything's good. It's not buggy. Wonderful. Okay, so there's that, and I'm gonna want to add a sculpt in here, so that way it'll be a little easier to have the procedural animations apply. I will want this to be, oh, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because the puppet is the sculpt, duh. Okay, cool. Well, maybe we'll just move it up so it makes a little more sense. Actually, we could just make it bigger. Yeah. That's like a page turning angle, right? We're almost at the 30-minute mark. Great. We're a hand. We turn pages. This is bad. This is bad. Let's make it 2D. I feel like that'll make the most sense. So I'm gonna open up this, and we'll just press a little button here, 2D movement, and face camera direction, sure. Face camera when idle, I don't care. Okay, so now we can move a little more simply. Yeah, I don't think we need it to be a puppet, y'all. I just don't think that's necessary. This is crazy how, like, unprepared I am for what this is gonna be. I'm excited. Like, what are we gonna come up with? I don't know. I just don't know. So we'll make it more of a clicking game. How about we keep it stupid simple? So let's say that if you press X, then the page will turn. All right? Just keep it stupid simple. I'm gonna say press X, then this timer will go off. And the timer will just determine how long the page turn takes to turn. So if I press X, the page turns, and we can just have it keep switching pages. So let's make 10 pages. All right. We got 6 minutes before we're done with the first 30 minutes. And we could have it animate for each page. So we'll say it'll go to the B state. No, because we want the timer. So we'll make a separate timer for each one. So there'll be 9 pages if we do it that way. So then if we press X, we'll just have that change the selector position or the state that it's in. So then that'll turn the page, and then we can go down and in theory get to the next pages. It's gonna be pretty silly for about 8 different reasons. So let's have circle take us back a page. This is very strange stuff. We could have the A state put everything back into the normal position. I don't know how this is all gonna work. Let's have this, wow, this is quite the obnoxious thing we have going on here. So let's not make a separate keyframe. Let's clone a keyframe and a sculpt. So that way they'll be together. Okay. So now they're together. And if we get that keyframe we just cloned, hook that up to the next state, technically, we can turn these pages. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, man. Where does it go? Where does it go? Okay, there's 1 page. New rules. There's 1 page. Okay. This is the least prepared I've ever been. Okay, 4 minutes. But you know what? We might come up with something awesome because of this. We really, really might. Okay. So we can switch 1 page. That's fine. We'll just make up the rest of the pages. Think about it. It could just be an illusion. It doesn't have to actually be multiple pages changing. Okay. So this is our new page, or our back page, if you will. Let's make it kind of lined up. That would be good. Get it similar in position. Okay. And then when we turn the page, that will be there. Okay. And what we can do, well, actually, we could just have a cover, right? This is super silly. This is super silly. Get the cover there so it's like a book. And then look, that kind of looks like it. It's not perfect, but we don't care. Look at that. Look at that book page turning game. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the sculpt goes a little outside of it. We don't want that. Or the page goes a little outside of the book. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay. All right. Let's get the camera in a better spot. Yes, this is a game about turning pages. Absolutely. Abs 100% lootly. Absolutely. Okay. So there's that wonderful, super great. We don't even need the hand. You know, you're thumbing through pages. We get it. You're thumbing through pages. What more do you need to know? Cool. So don't worry about anything. You only got 2 minutes left in the first Come on. We're in the first 30 minutes. You got to make it a game. So what's the game? Let's say things appear. So we can actually get back to the selector. And we can say, indeed, every time you press X, this changes. And a different glyph or a shape appears. We could say find this. Now, if we want it to be random, right? We would want different things to appear. So maybe instead of a selector, we do a randomizer. Oh, hell yes. This is going to get weird. Randomizer. There it is. It's the first one. Okay. So we'll say every time you press X, we'll get a new random state that is output. And attached to those states, we could have something. Here, we'll do this. So now every time we press X, it'll change what that is, and it'll turn the page. So what is that? Do we want to make glyphs? Yeah, let's make glyphs. I'm going to get a painting tool. Let's make sure we are snapping to the surface. And let's get a color. What kind of glyphs? I don't know. Just like shapes of things. Let's make them yellow. Well, actually, the paper should probably be paper colored, right? There. Sweet. But then this needs to be paper as well. Okay. So what do we draw on here? A cow? Yeah, sure. Okay, so first 30 minutes did not make a game. We can continue to keep our little door opening. So we'll say randomly one of these will open a door. Done. Game in 30 minutes. Not my favorite game in 30 minutes, but technically, if we pull this up and test it out, eventually it'll exit after enough tries. Okay. Yep. All right. Wow. Hey, we won. Okay, so that's the game so far. Can we make it better? I think we can. So let's say, let's not have that. I kind of thinking you just get a prompt and it'll tell you look for this or look for that. And then you just have to stop when you find that. It's like a children's game. It's for children. We could make it less for children if it was like some kind of thinking. It could be like a CAPTCHA, like a reCAPTCHA type of thing. Like, choose the one where it's facing the right direction. Or a mouse, a bug. What do I like to draw? Circles? Shapes! Shapes! Shapes are easy. Okay, there's a circle. Circle. Done. Ooh, we could make it like colors. Okay, now I'm getting inspired. Okay, so let's do that. That's one. I'm going to hook it up. So that's a yellow circle. Now people don't, what about color blindness? So you can't, that's not a good idea. Yeah, so don't do colors. Just do shapes. Okay, so we'll say everything that we draw is going to get hooked up to one of these outputs. So that was a circle. Let's get a square. Wow, great square. Awesome. I'm going to hook that up to the B state. We're going to run out of shapes real soon. But you know what? That's okay, right? Because we could just do something else. I don't know. It's an absurd game. You got to find the thing. It's a brain game. It's a brain game. Come on, it's a brain game. I'm just going to keep them all the same color pretty much. What's another shape? A triangle? Done. Bam. Sweet. Hook it up to the C state. Oh, yeah. So the hardest part here, we're going to have to figure out how to tell the player, here's what you're looking for. And we're going to need the game to know whether the player has found what they're looking for. Okay. Let's see. Now, it's a little unfortunate because if you're not turning pages back and forth, it's kind of like, why is it random? Okay, so maybe it shouldn't be random because that's actually very irritating. I do want it to be a little random. It's like I want it to be in a random place each time. Oh, they have an option for that, right? So it's like predetermines true random and then shuffle, right? This is like it determines it ahead of time and then pick the order in advance before play begins and repeat this order. Okay, so the problem is we still can't go forward and backward. It's repeating the order, but it doesn't mean we can go back. So it's not actually that helpful. If anything, what we'd want is to have, let's limit our shape number. Instead of 10, let's say 6. And we're going to want, let's say, a randomizer. I'm going to want a randomizer for each one, right? So if we have 6 things, we do want this to have 6 outputs. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? I don't think this makes sense. I think we have to let go of the randomness and it just be stupid, stupid simple. I think that's just going to make the most sense, unfortunately. So we're back in here. We're going to plug these up. You know, and here's the thing. What I love about sudden dev is a lot of the ideas I'll end up, you know, making into something more interesting later, right? So it doesn't have to be the best concept yet. I mean, that's kind of interesting. A game where it's a random shape on each page every time, and you just have to, like, find the shape every time. Like, that's not a bad concept, but to make that in 1 hour, oof, that's tough. That's tough. So it can be good to just get this aspect down first and then worry about how all that other stuff will work. So the randomness, maybe we can get that in another day. Let's just get the page turning. So we need more shapes. We need how many more shapes? 2 more? I think we can do that. I think we can do that. Okay, so let's get our paintbrush, and I'm gonna make it yeller. We got a triangle, we got a square-ish. They're not really those shapes though. Let's make a star. Can I make a star? Do I know how to make stars? Yeah, I do. That's that's a star, guys. That's just what that's gonna have to be. So we're gonna put that into here. We need 1 more shape. That wasn't correctly hooked up. There we go. We need 1 more shape. Let's say a, what are shapes? A cone? Well, we already did a triangle, so that's pretty much that. Let's just do a squiggle. Boop, 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 boop. Squiggle, you know, that's the squiggle shape. You don't know about the squiggle shape? So then we'll just hook that up like that. That is the painting. Okay, so now, let me just hook it up to the X button, of course, and now we should be able to thumb through all of these and it look very strange, but it definitely works. Great, good. Where does this go? Where does this one go off to? Is this the page that turns? Oh, I guess this is the page that turns. Okay, so make this white. And then that'll kind of, you can see it. So we kind of want a delay on these appearing. So let's say when this is done, that's when any of these actually show up. So I'm going to make a relay. I'm going to put a bunch of nodes in here, 6 to be exact. And we'll hook this up like so, or 5 rather. We'll hook this up like so. And this will let us gate these signals and say that right now, don't show them because it doesn't look good yet. It's not a good time. Will that timer stay full? It will. Okay, cool. So then that will, in theory, hide it. But it isn't because we still have to hook them back up to the relay. So I'm going to take them off of the selector. We'll put them in our relay outputs. Okay. Oh, you got it. You can press it. You can click it. You can hook it. Okay. So then it looks a little weird, but that's okay. It looks like we have a blank page. What's that about? What's that page? What's going on there? Oh, A. Yeah, that is a blank page. That's fine. So we'll just say that that page is nothing. I don't know. It's a blank. I guess we could just do another shape. I mean, or we could have, what's the game called? The game called, let's put the name of the game in there. So I'm gonna get a text displayer. Oh, sticker mode. Oh, I should have done sticker mode. Then I wouldn't have had to draw it all. That's okay. Thumb through. We could still make it challenging, even though it's not random. Especially if speed is involved or something like that. There we go. Thumb on through, everybody. Have a great time. Good luck. Okay. Sweet. Thumb through. Okay. So we just want to make sure that that is linked to the A state. And we'll add an extra relay input-output for that. Okay. So we'll hook that up to the A state. Zoop, zoop. And we'll put that in here. Great. So there we go. No blank pages. Thumb through. Okay. We want to be able to go the other way as well. So I'm thinking instead of X, we should have L1 and R1. I think it's a bit more intuitive, although we could still do X. We could do all of them. So let's do circle for that. And then we can do, I'm actually going to get, we don't need any of this. I'm going to get a node so we can just wire it through there. Boop, boop. And this way we can bundle all these wires together, which for me, I find to be a little easier way to do it. So we want X in there. We'll actually want X in this one. And we want circle in the other. And then we want everything X is coming from to come out of this. And everything circle comes out of from... Wait, this is circle. Oops. To go into this one. There we go. And then for the other buttons, we can now just wire in directly to these nodes without going and looking around. So just to make sure... we didn't hook up X? Okay, that's fine. Okay, and then we'll want L1 to be that. All right, so there we go. Lots of button choices, and that should get us through. So we can go back and forth. Oh, we should not go backwards because the timer doesn't work for that. Oh, no. Oh, no. You can only thumb one direction in this book. Sorry. Wait, no, we can figure this out. So, we could just have a different timer. So we could have the same thing, but this time... the timer can already be full. This is, man. Okay, so we'll have circle do that. Does that work? Is that what working is? Oh yeah. Yeah, that works pretty good. It's not great. It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's terrible. You should not do this. Yeah, I just think you should not do it. It's just my opinion. What you could do is have it refill itself. I think if you reset it and you make it full, it'll refill itself, right? Wow. This is one of the weirdest ones I've ever done. Okay. Yeah, it refills itself. But it doesn't seem to be doing... Oh god. No. Nope. Nope. You don't have the brain for it. Can't do it. You're not smart enough. Not in this short amount of time. Okay, so you can only go one direction. That's the way it is. That's the way it is, folks. It's a stupid game. Okay, so you can thumb through pages. That's super great. We could have it grabbed by the imp. That would be neat. No, this is a game jam. I do want it to be a game by this 45-minute mark, because that is the next week's challenge is 45 minutes. So I feel like we should be able to do that. So what are we going to do? We're going to say we need to have different prompts. So let's get a randomizer indeed. We'll have 6 or 5 different ones. And we're going to want a text displayer so we can type in things and tell people things. Let's say circle. Okay. I would like this to be in the final position, so that way we can clone it and we don't have to keep adjusting each one, because that would suck. Let's grab it. Let's just put it above. And then we could say maybe square is what you press to say, hey, I found it. Let's make sure the circle is appearing where we want. Not great. So let's zoom out then a little bit. All right. Come on. Oh, we got to rotate it. I was like, why aren't you rotating? A little rotation. Great. Looks great. We got a minute left before the first 45 is over. I'm gonna make this a big gadget so I can read it. I'm gonna clone. We're gonna say square, etc., and so forth. Oop. Let's stretch this out a little bit. What's the next shape? Triangle. That was one of them. We also had squiggle, the classic squiggle shape. Could never forget that. I actually forgot the other one. Square, circle. How many more shapes are there? Triangle, squiggle. What's the other shape? How many shapes are there in this world? Can't be that many. Okay, let's just play it and see. Triangle, circle, square, star. Classic shape. Okay, so let's put this up here and we will type in the star. Clock is covering it up. Love that. Okay, great. So there's all those. We're going to want to hook those up to each one of these randomized outputs. Like that. Triangle. There's the square. And there's the circle. We didn't do something right. We skipped this one. Great. Okay. So we want this to change, I guess, every time you get one. So this is the first 15 minutes. Wow. That's going to be tough. Yeah. I'm going to save it. I'm going to say we didn't make it a game in the first 45. We got to the, yeah. We didn't make it a game in the first 45. It's funny, because the first 15 and the first 30, I've decided that was pretty much a game. But first 45, we didn't make it. So tomorrow, or next week, when we do the 45-minute one, I'm not going to be ready. So I'm going to have to, like, practice after this to make sure I am ready. Okay, so that's that. So we wanted to update every time, right? So, but the time is when you submit, this is the answer that I think is the correct one. So we need a system that, so we need to have one output right at the start. Does one output? It does. So one does output right at the start. Good news. So it's asking for the triangle. So we need to go find the triangle, thumb to the triangle, and then maybe we can just have it be clickable. That would be more fun. At which point it's like, why didn't you make it all clickable? I don't know. I don't know. Okay? I don't know. Do I look like I know? Cool. So that's looking for the imp. And we can say, we can actually drag this over here. And we'll say, if triangle is the one that's true, so we kind of need another relay situation. Let's just get a bunch of AND gates. It's going to be the easiest way to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll say if it's A, I need to put these in order or I'm going to get really confused. Triangle is at the bottom, right? No, triangle. Wait, triangle is B. Okay. Triangle is B. A is the top one. Good. C is this one. Okay. I'm just trying to get them in like an order that like makes sense to me. Okay. There we go. So now they're in like order. Good, 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 good. So A goes there. We'll want B to go to the other AND gate. Okay, and we'll put C there, D here, and E there. So the other condition that we want the AND gate to have is, are we actually on that one? So I need to know which ones of these line up with those. I'm not sure what that is. So I'm going to go into test mode. Do I need to go into test mode? I think I do. Nope. Okay, great. So A is nothing. B is triangle. Okay. So we're going to want to take this one, and this will go with a triangle, which is the second one. Okay? And then we'll want to turn the page again. That is circle. So we're going to want to hook circle up with the circle AND gate. Circle, 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 circle right here. It's the second to last one, or this one. And then the next one is square, right? Okay. So we'll hook that up to here. What a silly game. What a silly game. But it's a game. It will be a game. square is the third to last one. This one right here. And then the only one we have left is star. Nope, we also have squiggle. Frickin' squiggle. Okay, star is next. That's the top one, right? Yup. And then squiggle is our last one. We already know that. We don't need to check it. Makes sense. I ran out of ideas. The last shape is the squiggle. Checks out. Okay. Great. So now we know. Now we can keep track of what the suggestion is and whether or not we are currently on the page of the suggestion. Okay. But when we get there, we need one more condition, and that's going to be our square button. So let's get the square button. I'm going to hook it up to here. Oh, we were going to grab it. That's right. All right, fine. Whatever. Yeah, fine. Make it grabbable. Make sure the grabbability works. I'm going to go into test mode just to make sure we got that sorted out. So we got a hover. We do have the hover. So we'll want to keep track then. We have to make this grabbable. Okay, let's make this grabbable by the imp. And then we should have a signal for grabbed. That's the one we care about. So I'm going to put these all in another relay type situation. Like that. And we'll have the grabbed output. Open that. So then that's when we check to see if you're correct. This is not a good game. It's, okay, it's just not a good game. It's not what a good game is. This one doesn't make it. This one doesn't cut it. All right? Just like, please understand that. So we'll want to say that after these go off, something has to happen, right? So let's wire these up to that node, like so. What's up, Gecko? Halloween King. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to have this. This is terrible because it's gonna randomize it. But how do we know we're gonna come back? How do we know when we've got them all? Well, if it's shuffle after 6 or after 5, we should be good. So if you get 5 correct, it should be good. I feel like we're making a mistake still, but I don't care. Let's get a counter, or rather, let's do a selector. And if you get 5 correct, so it'll start on the A state, it'll go to B, C, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll do 6, or maybe just 5. So then when it gets to F, let me just try it. Then we'll know we got through it all. This is definitely a bad game, but that's okay. It's not about making a good game. All right, so that I can't see. Let's bring it over here. Test mode. Let's see what we got. So triangle, that's a triangle. So I'm gonna grab it. Okay, the grabbing not working great with the stuff behind it. Oh, jeez. Grabbing was a bad idea. Okay, there we go. So circle. So if I grab now, so it's just gonna it's just gonna go no matter what. It's not confirming whether or not we're actually doing it correctly. So wow, mistakes have been made. Okay, so what am I doing wrong? Why am I doing it so wrong? Let's just play through it as that is in test mode. Come back over here. So it's just meeting the conditions like right away. Okay, the grabbing is dumb. I'm sorry. It's not dumb, but it's what we're not gonna do because we are in a crunchable situation. This was one of my least favorite prompts, I have to say, but we did do it. We don't need the confirmation at this time. You just don't. You just need to turn the pages. So turn those pages. So it's just outputting the truth every time. Why? Wait, what's going on? What did I do wrong here? I feel like we can figure this out. This cannot be that hard. Why would it meet the condition? So we have going in there whether or not it's the randomizer and which one of these we're on. So if we turn this page, this one's staying on all the time. That doesn't make sense because this is off. So what's that? What's this? What kind of AND gate is this? Oh, it's an OR gate. Oh, for crying out loud! Ah! I put OR gates! I put OR gates! Those are OR gates! That's why it didn't work! Oh, see? Oh, poop in my pants. Okay, so... Oh, that's funny. Gosh, I feel vindicated, though. I was like, wow, I guess I really don't know how to make games. I guess I'm not a good game maker. No, you just put the wrong thing down. Jiminy creaminy. Oh my gleaminy. Okay, so we gotta quick fix all of this. Get this sorted out. Stat. Well, that's a fun problem. At least it's one that can be easily figured out and fixed. Not like those pesky ones that run me into the finish of the jam and nothing gets fixed. I don't know, man. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I probably could have gone for a less literal interpretation of the theme. I think that might have helped me. But that's okay. It's part of the fun. Look, stop trying to bargain your way out of this. You did your best, and you did a good job, and you learned a lot. So that makes it all worthwhile. Oh, there we go. Woof. That was a lot of tries. That was like a lot of tries. Okay. So, I feel like this still might not work as well as I want, but it's gonna work a little better. So I'm gonna use the square button. I'm done with this grabbing stuff. It's not that fun. Okay. So we need to keep this up because I'm not sure what the scorekeeping is gonna be like. Okay, let's go into test mode. We'll keep an eye on this selector back here. It should only advance if we've got a correct answer, in theory. So we're looking for the squiggle. I'm gonna press it now, which is the wrong answer. Okay, so that didn't work. Good. Squiggle. Yeah. Okay, good. Whew. Man, that was a close one. All right, so that works. We get to the triangle. We press it, it moves it forward. Get to the circle. Oops, I skipped it. Sucks you can't page backward. It's a silly game, all right? Click it, square. Oh, that's a triangle. That's a circle. And that's a square. Okay, so that should be the end of the game. So then we'll say, I'm going to get a scoreboard. I'm thinking that it's a timed game. You just have to get them all in amount of time. That makes the most sense, I think. So let's get a scoreboard. And this is match time, because it's a matching game, right? So match time. I'm gonna get smash time. Wow, smash that time, baby. Okay, so let's do a timer. We're gonna want of course, a score modifier as well. I'm gonna get a timer so we can keep track of how long the player has been playing. We should probably give them a head start or a minute to start the game. Not a minute, 3 seconds. Oh gosh, we're running out of time. I'm gonna have it please round up. We'll put this output right in here. This is my countdown timer for the start. We want to fill it up and we want it to go backwards. I'm gonna get a number displayer. Oh my gosh, 3 minutes. We're gonna get a number displayer here. We're gonna put that in there. Let's move this up there. Super great. That'll count down in the beginning. When that's done, we do want the countdown to go away, and we want the new count to start, or the timer to start. So we'll put that in here, make that go away. We want no controls until this is full. So I'm gonna have this going into the control turn off input. Right over here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Oh my goodness. And then when that starts, so too will our long timer. This timer, I'm going to make ridiculously long, just as long as it'll let me make it. And then we're going to use this. We're going to put the output, the current time output. I'm going to put that into the score modifier. directly if it won't mind. Thank you so much. And that will be continuously while powered, and it'll be setting this, which we need to clarify as being time. Lower is better. All right, and then we need to post the score. So we'll say that when F gets hit, right, because that means you've done them all, right? So if you guess 1 correctly, it goes to B. 1 correctly, it goes to C. Another 2, 3. Okay, I think that's correct. So if we get to F, then we want to post the score immediately. And we also want to stop the timer. That's a harder thing to do. I don't love doing that. It's not my favorite thing to do. Let's put this here. This will be the time. Let's make sure it has enough space for time. There we go. That should look like time once the time comes, right? Okay, that started outputting a little soon. Why is it not? All right, that's the time. That's what we're doing. So that's what the time's gonna look like. Cool, great. So we do want it to stop. So let's have this, whenever we're on the F state, it'll just turn off and you'll just have to go look up your time because it's not perfect. Okay, and then that should be good. We should have the game at this point. It should be done. This should be the game. Oh, that's in the way. Well, it's fine because it's the countdown. And we don't want this timer to start until this is done. All right. So 2, 1, we also don't want it to tell you what the answer is yet. So that is where, is that up here? Where's those at? Where do we put those at? There they are. Okay, time is up, 5 seconds. Game is gonna be over. Oh man, this is an extension type of day, isn't it? Time is up. Stop, Lees, stop, Lees, stop, Lees. What are you doing? Are you cheating? Are you seriously cheating? Are you seriously cheating? Are you seriously cheating? Are you seriously cheating? Okay, but we can't have the answer showing before it starts. So don't put a not gate. Just have it be that. All right. Great, awesome. Blam. Find the squiggle. Sweet. Done. Game. Save it. You know, I'm not proud of myself for pulling it together despite how chaotic that got. So I'm going to save it as such, and then I am going to give myself a little space, okay? A little space to put it in a dream, because we did get the scoreboard set up. I'm pretty sure it's going to work, and then we can release it publicly. And then we're going to check out what y'all did, if you participated. And if you didn't, gosh, I understand. I couldn't blame you. With a dog crap theme like that, who could blame you? But maybe you did. And if you did, wow, good for you. Good for you. All right, let's save it up. Give it a name. This is a Game Jam game. I want to clarify that. It's a Game Jam game. Please, keyboard. Game Jam game. Thumb through and guess. That's the truth. That's just the truth. All right, let's post it. Make it public. Just commit to what has happened, right? No shame. We did our best. We did do our best. And then we're gonna do the test. We're gonna find out, did it actually work? Oh, I hope so. Okay, so let's get this out of here. Go away. Thank you. All right, let's try it. Game is released. Let's play it. 3, 2, 1. Star. Okay. Done. Triangle. Boop, 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 boop. Square. Boop, 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 boop. Squiggle. Boop, 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 boop. Circle. Boop, 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 boop. Done. Okay. All right, so we didn't have an exit. There's no exit. But our score posted. Hey! Okay. Okay. So I'm going to let myself just go ahead and do a couple things, and you're going to be fine with it. You're not going to mind that much, right? We'll put this in here. Okay, so this way we can, actually, let's do this. This way we can have the suggestion go away at the end and we can close the door. All right, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. All right, so the countdown will go down. It'll show us the text. And then when it's finished, we'll want this to turn that off. And then we'll also want a short timer. This one is probably 10,000 seconds. We're going to say after 5 seconds, exit the level. All right? Not 15, 5. Thank y'all. And then this will go off after that. And then that will open the door. Okay? Just so we can actually have it, like, work a little better. Now, there's no instructions, so I will want to add a little instruction, at least to the front. Should I just do it here? I think I should. I'm not going to read the chat, especially if the chat is saying, hey, you should really stop cheating. Hey, we all get an extension. All right? It's fun for everybody. I'm sure you're being very nice in the chat. X equals turn page. Square equals choose page. All right? Because we care about our players. Okay? Save it. Done. That's it. That's it. That's all. Okay? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I need to get out of the way because I can't see. What? I can't see. Oh, I see. I thought there was like a button behind me. Apparently, I don't use dreams because I forgot that that's not a thing. Ooh, that was tough. We are having some tech issues. Gonna be an extra minute. Damn dream scenes. Oh, okay. Hey, hey! That's the opposite of the worst scenario, which is that you're like, hey, stop, Lees, you're cheating! That's ideal. I love that. Maybe we'll add another finishing touch in there. Shoot. Which, you know, there's like, I don't know if we need to. I feel like we don't. Alright, let's save it. Woof! 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 Wow, that worked out better than I thought it would. I really thought, like, maybe it wasn't going to be a game. But it kind of was a game. Alright, let's check out our new version. See what we got here. Here we got here. 3, 2, 1. Square. Oh, God. Oh, the page turning stopped working. Stop. Our page turning animation that we spent like the first 15 minutes on. Triangle, triangle, triangle. Oh God, it's hard. Why is it so hard? And then, what? Oh geez, it's very confusing. Wait, what was that? What happened? Triangle. Go, 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 go. Boom. Squiggle. Kaboom. Circle. Jiggada boom. Star. Jiggada blam. That should be the end, right? Or square. That should be the end. That stops. So we should not let people use the controls anymore. So we should turn the controls back off. I thought we turned the text off. I thought that's what we did. We'll give Insane Alpha Beta that extra minute. Lee's cheating, no. Yeah, no. No, we love ourselves here. We like to take care of ourselves. And sometimes that means not worrying too much about all of that. Why did this not turn off at the end? I feel like it should have. Oh, it's off right off the bat? That doesn't make sense. I guess it does make sense. What have I done? Okay, let's just play it here. So that shows it. And then when we get to F, it should just power that out. Oh, because this is still on. I see. I see. So we actually need to gate it a little bit. I just feel like it's really confusing. And I just don't want... I don't want the player to be that upset. To be that unhappy. To be that unloved. Okay, so then that will turn that off and we'll be in good shape. I think we should also turn off the controls when the game's over. So weird things stop happening. Because it's just weird. Weird is weird, actually. We actually should already have that input right there. And then finally, let's get the paintings turned off as well. The paintings turn on, is it... Where did the paintings get turned on off? I don't know. I don't even know where they get turned on. Oh, our animation got messed up. How did we mess that up? How did we lose the animation? How did we mess that up? Did we just get rid of the... I think we... Oh, here it is. No, here it is. Okay. Looks like it should work. Maybe it's invisible? No, it just isn't working. Why? Oh, because this is staying full. We need this to reset itself, I think, for that to work. Right? Oh gosh, whatever. It's good enough. It's good enough. Get out of here. Get the heck out of here. Get your heck out of here. Get your heck out of here. It's good enough. All right, who else participated? We have at least Insane Alpha Beta. I'm not sure if anyone else did. We'll find out though. I'm gonna update this so it's the best possible version it can be. We deserve that. I'll give it one more try. See if we can beat that score. 15 seconds it was? Okay. I think I can do that. It's possible. See what happens. 3, 2, 1, go. Start. Oh, crap. Uh-oh. We broke it. Oh, we broke it. Roll back. Roll back. Roll back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is what happens. You break your game. You break your game, guys. This is why you don't hotfix if you don't know what you're doing. No! What did we break? So it's just not showing up anymore. That would be this. That's... No. Where would that be? We had the other relay. This relay. This one. Oh, because of the timer. Because of the timer. Yeah. So don't do that. So don't let it reset at the end. Great. Fixed it. We fixed it. We fixed it again. We fixed it again. It's okay. We fixed it again, everybody. We're devs. We're devs. We do hotfixes. We're good. All good. No problem. No worries. We're devs. We do hotfixes. Everything's fine. All right. That's updated. Let's save it. Okay. One more try. I'm going to try to beat that score. See if I got the skills to beat that score. What's my score? 15 seconds. Sniff enthusiast with the 9 seconds. Oh, crap. Okay. Circle. Oh, crap. Good start, Lise. Circle. Triangle. How do you do it in 9 seconds? You cheated. You spammed. You cheated. I know you did. Wait, can you do that? Does that work? Let's try. Dude, maybe they're just that good. Maybe they're just that good. No, maybe they're just that good. I don't think you can cheat. Okay, here I go. Circle. Boom. Square. Boom. Squiggle. Ding, 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 ding. Oh no, I missed it. Wow, what a score. Triangle. Ding, 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 ding. Star. Ding, 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 ding. Did I at least beat my score. I at least beat my score. 9 seconds? Wow. I mean, if you think about it, if they were cheating, they probably, you know, would have gotten shorter time, right? Square. I think you just have to not mess up. Circle, 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 blink, star, blip, 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 squiggle, ring, dink, triangle, and get a little lucky. There's luck involved as well. Wow, tough, tough, but a game. Somebody already played it and got a high score. If that's not a game, I don't know what is. All right, let's move on. Whew. Whew. Wow, pressure. So we have from Insane Alpha Beta. We got a submission. This is the Train to Madness. So yes, you're always welcome to join. It doesn't have to be complete. It doesn't have to be great. I got lucky. I actually managed to make it a game. Insane Alpha Beta and Chic together. We got the dev team of all dev teams. The dev team to end all dev teams. Insane Alpha Beta and Chic. Train to Madness with Thumb being the theme. Let's see how that got implemented. Lovely. This is nice. The audio's a little scary. Hey! Oh! Jesus.
Side. All you have to do is let it out. Revel in what you are.
Wow. Wow. What a, oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Wow. 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 Sheik tried their best. They tried to make the game portion and well. Wow. 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 Well, it's got thumbs. Tell me it doesn't have thumbs. It's got thumbs. So it counts. Good job. Good job. Hey, it's the trying that counts. I'm really curious to know what the gameplay was gonna be. Sheik, what were you planning? Good use of the assets that you already had, right? Something that Insane Alpha Beta is already doing with their, what you call it? Uncharted eyes, unlasting eyes, undivergent eyes, vengeful eyes. With their vengeful eyes series, it seems like they've pulled some assets, some things to pull it together, and then it looks like Sheik was planning on getting some game stuff in there. I wonder what that would have been like. I love it. Look, yeah, it counts. Of course it counts. Nothing doesn't count. Nothing gets rejected. Now, look, is it a game? Is it a game? If enduring how scary this is a game, then yes, it's a game. It's a game if enduring how scary it is a game. That's my opinion. Base idea was how you twiddle your thumbs when you're nervous, and that with social anxiety. Oh, that's pretty cool. This is what you let out last time? Interesting. I wonder if there's any, like... No, we can't remix it. It'd be interesting to see what that might have been like. Can we even control it a little bit? Oh, it's like, you want to go to this part again? No, it's scary. How about I don't? No controls, but that's okay. Well, Sheik, I mean, you had to go in there and collaborate with Insane Alpha Beta and try to implement some game mechanics. I mean, that sounds hard. In an hour or more, that sounds hard for various reasons. You really are an obscure reference wrapped in an Easter egg. Wow. I do remember the foggy... Oh, so this is referencing the other entries you've done. Nice. Well, it's definitely the least game, but it is the most interesting. And I'm sure whatever Sheik experienced trying to make a game out of it was, I hope, interesting. Did you learn something? Did you like having to do that? We'll see. That's it. That's what we got, y'all. That was our entry. Thank you, everybody who came through. If you enjoyed watching that, please leave a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, leave a thumbs up or take it back. Give me a thumbs down. No, please don't. Dear God, I beg you.